Watch those wrist rockets. Hello, Commanders. Automatic Gamer here, and today I'm going to be talking about some Star Wars Battlefront. And yeah, like I said with my Republic Commando video that I made just a few days ago, check that out if you haven't seen it already. Uh, Star Wars Battlefront is possibly maybe one of the best Star Wars games ever. Not only the newer ones from Battlefront 1 from 2015 or Battlefront 2 from 2017, the older ones, which I have played both original versions, Battlefront 1 from 2004 and Battlefront 2 from 2005, both great games. The only one that I still have not played was Battlefront 1 from 2015. But yeah, like I said, I did play the original Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. But I have now started playing a little while ago the Battlefront Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017 version, which I do like that game. It is really really good. The only complaint I have about the game, because one day I was playing a game of instant action, and well, I got done with one of the matches and I was wanting to play a match of co-op, and so yeah, I loaded in. But the only thing is unfortunate is you obviously have to pay for it, have a subscription to play those other game modes like co-op, Galactic Assault, Supremacy, or a game mode like Ewok Hunt. You have to pay for it, which honestly in my mind makes no sense. And the developers for DICE who made the game, I don't think they should have done that. Granted, I play on an Xbox Series X, but still, they shouldn't do that for like any player, any console. And also, the other reason I'm making this video and talking about Battlefront is um, I'm trying to do my best and help out all the other Star Wars uh, fans and help them try and achieve our dream for Star Wars gaming, and hopefully one day have Star Wars Battlefront 3. Will that happen? I am not certain. Uncertain the future always is, but crazier things have happened in the Star Wars gaming community for everything, for a lot of reasons. If I got into all those, we'd be here for probably maybe a couple days, a few weeks, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, like I did say, Battlefront 2, I mean, probably one of the best games, and of course, recently did started playing it, and of course, when I first did started playing it, I was so worried. I was like, "Oh gosh, is it going to be one of those games where it's going to be amazing, just like the original Battlefront 1 and 2 from back then, from because obviously those games came out 20 years ago. But yeah, was it going to be one of those games that are just great? Because the only thing I didn't, the only thing I heard that was bad about it was the story mode was quite underwhelming compared to the original Battlefront 2 story mode, Rise of the Empire, which was absolutely incredible, and it was super dark, and that's why it was good. It was dark, brutal, and really showed the perspective of the clone troopers becoming the between the transition of the Republic into the Empire, into in that transition between Revenge of the Sith, in between that time period into the start of A New Hope and into Empire Strikes Back, which I loved about the story mode from the original Battlefront 2. Now, the story mode of Battlefront 2 2017, I have not played it, and personally, I do not. I feel like I don't want to play it, in my opinion, and that's because all I've heard is it's just super underwhelming and kind of disappointing. And I've seen clips of it here and there on YouTube, but yeah, I don't really know if I have any interest in playing it. And even though it takes place during like the ending time period of between Return of the Jedi and during the sequel era, and pretty much almost everyone I know hates or doesn't even like the sequel trilogy. So why would I even play it if you don't even like that era of Star Wars? Because the only era of Star Wars that's actually good is the original trilogy and the prequels, and not sequels, because no one cares about that. And yeah, But yeah, like I said, if I had played it, maybe it would be a different story. But yeah, I still have not played the story mode, and I don't think I plan on playing it. But yeah, I'm still gonna just keep on playing those games of instant action. That was my favorite thing to do on the original Battlefront 1 and 2, to play the instant action just over and over again, like on different planets, do different objectives. Like always, you have to capture the command post, play capture the flag with some of your some of your squad while you're playing it, and it's just awesome in that sense. Like it's just incredible. I mean, you can't beat it. It's that much fun. There's always going to be some random shenanigans or glitches that are going to happen here and there, and obviously that does still happen with some of the older Battlefront 1 and 2 games, especially if you're playing it either on your older console that you have or on PC, which I have just over here. But I haven't played either Battlefront 2 or Battlefront 1 on my PC, even though there's a ton of players that do that. I'm just not certain if my PC will handle it because it's not a fully gaming PC, and mine isn't. So that's what just concerns me on that front. No pun intended for Battlefront, but still, I had to kind of make a joke there. But yeah, I mean, Battlefront 2, the original and the one we have now, it's still going strong all the way from 2005 to where the new one launched in 2017. And even though DICE stopped giving the new version updates in 2022, there's still I think updates being made, especially in the modding community, like Kyber with the Battlefront expanded mod, adding new heroes, maps, weapons, vehicles, um, villains, reinforcements, bounty hunters, and it's just loads of fun. I just, yeah, my PC would not be able to handle that. So I mean, otherwise I would get in on that action. But I mean, yeah, that would be a lot of fun, and I've seen plenty of videos about it, and it looks incredible. But I mean, yeah, one that should have been included in either the Battlefront 2 that we have now, or just keep going with the updates and make it into an official Battlefront 3, because obviously Battlefront 3 is the Star Wars game that everyone wants, and it would make the developers at Lucasfilm, and I know LucasArts hasn't been a thing since 2012, but yeah, I mean, it would make Lucasfilm and Disney obviously a lot of money, and especially the devs that made the game. And I mean, I've seen interviews for some of the developers on Battlefront 2 saying that, hey, we wanted to continue making updates to this game and be like, we could have made it so much more than what it still actually was, even if it did have a controversial launch with like with the loot boxes and the in-game transactions kind of made the launch fumble a little bit. So they kind of like smoothed that out a little bit and just gradually became a way better game. Even though it stopped receiving updates in 2020, it's still a very well-rounded game. And one thing I did listen when I saw the one of the developers have an interview was they were planning on adding more Clone Wars content to the game, being Ahsoka Tano and Asajj Ventress, which I mean would have been incredible. Those two are very popular characters, especially in the Clone Wars era with Ahsoka Tano. Ventress is a Star Wars character that honestly, this might be mean, and you can yell at me in the comments, but Asajj Ventress is a character from Star Wars that honestly I didn't really care for. Sorry to say that if you like the character of her being a Sith assassin, but yeah, I just never find her character that appealing. Ahsoka Tano, on the other hand, yeah, I do. She's a very well written character. Dave Filoni's a personal creation, especially for the Clone Wars. But yeah, adding them to Battlefront 2, it would have been just absolutely awesome. But unfortunately, stopped receiving updates in 2020, and a lot of the developers obviously left the studio to work on different games, such as like Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn Entertainment or games like Apex Legends. So I mean, yeah, if they continued the updates, we obviously I think could be way further ahead and be extremely closer to Battlefront 3 or just another couple updates from just making Battlefront 2 into what the community and us fans would love to see. And obviously, we know we want to see way more Clone Wars stuff to the game, more of the original trilogy. And obviously, if you're a sequel fan, that's fine. I personally do not like sequels. They don't count for me as canon Star Wars movies. Only the originals, prequels, and some of the Star Wars stories only count for me. So yeah, I'm sorry if you're a sequel trilogy fan, I'll respect that, but that's not just my that's just not my thing of Jawa juice to have for the universe for Star Wars. And yeah, I mean, just if they would have continued the updates, and one interesting detail is like the hilarious thing is like obviously they knew they wanted a story mode I think for the newer Battlefront 2, but also in the original Battlefront 2 from 2005 they finally had the game like all finished up and everything, and then like they had like 3 or 4 months before launching the game in I think it launched in either April or May of that year, just before Revenge of the Sith came out, since it's kind of a tie-in to that movie either way, and sort of bridges the gap between that and the original trilogy. Of course, Disney doesn't count the story mode as canon anymore. I think it is canon, but that's my take. You let me know if you have a differing opinion in the comments about the story mode, but my opinion is canon. They say it's not, but I say it happened. But yeah, like I said, they had like 3 or 4 months before the game officially launched, but they were like, hey, let's use this time and resource to make the game have a story mode. And the Battlefront 2005 story mode campaign, Rise of the Empire, it was a incredible story, an incredible idea, because you're playing this story mode from the perspective of a clone trooper, and of course, similar to Morrison, the Boba Fett, Jango Fett, and all the clones himself obviously provides the voice and feel of this trooper that you're playing, of these troopers that you're playing as this one clone is obviously writing in his journal, as it specifically says, the 501st journal, of how he's gone from all these planets onto all these different wars and battlefronts, from Geonosis to Camino to Megiddo to the space above Coruscant to Mustafar and anywhere like that, from transitioning to the Republic to the Empire to becoming an official member of Vader's Fist, because that's what Vader officially named his battalion of 501st clone troopers that he had. But yeah, like I said in my Republic Commando video, I'm not going to spoil the story mode if you guys don't want to be spoiled. And yeah, the story mode is just absolutely awesome. It's way better than the newer one from 2017's Battlefront, which, I mean, that's okay, just because I've seen the story and honestly, it didn't really look that crazy. And of course, I think that era being in the sequels, it kind of dragged it down for a lot of people, including myself. That's why I didn't play it, and plus, I didn't own Battlefront at that time to play the story mode. But yeah, I mean, the resurgence did happen for Battlefront 2 quite a while ago. I think it was maybe a year ago, back in May or April of last year, saying that all the players came back all of a sudden for Battlefront 2, and especially around, I think, Christmas as well last year. There was another resurgence where players were just going on and on about hashtag Star Wars Battlefront 3. We want Battlefront 3, and that's why the resurgence happened, because so many people were playing instant action, Ewok Hunt, Galactic Assault, Heroes vs. Villains, Supremacy. Everyone was playing all those game modes, and now you can still find a game. It'll just take you a minute to find a game between instant action. You'll find a game extremely fast because I think it's you playing, and then the rest of them are all bots, so that's just extremely easy. You can find a game pretty easily in instant action and co-op, so I would recommend playing those two game modes. But yeah, the games where you struggle to find probably players is going to be probably Supremacy, Ewok Hunt, and Galactic Assault, and maybe Starfighter Assault. So that's what I would say on that. But also, I'm just remembering the re-release for Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 that Aspire Media did a couple years ago, just like what they did with Republic Commando a couple years ago that I didn't mention in my video about that, so I apologize on that front. But yeah, Republic Commando with that re-release did succeed, but Battlefront 1 and 2 release Classic Collection was a failure. The game was glitching all over, and the release did not go as planned because that was going to be a return to the glory days of playing the original Battlefront 1 and 2, just like all of us did back in the day, as one of the best Star Wars games ever made. And I know they did add DLC content like the Jedi Kit Fisto and Asajj Ventress to the game, but it was just littered with glitches and bugs all over, so that was the main reason why that re-release did not go as planned. And well, yeah, Battlefront, I mean, it's overall still a very, very good game, and it's still going strong game even 20 years later, and so is Battlefront 2 2017. Still going nearly 10 years later. They're both still going strong, playing on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. Just, if you play right now today, you're going to maybe struggle to find a match, but overall, I think it'll be pretty simple and easy because the game is still alive, especially to the modding community like Kyber. If you want to check those guys out, download the mods like I mentioned. Make your own server and lobby. Play with your friends or randoms, and make your own games with friends, and just have your own time on the Battlefront. And well, yeah, I mean, Battlefront, definitely a great Star Wars game. Definitely sort of aged a little bit here and there, just the originals, but they're definitely still worth playing today. And yeah, see you on the Battlefront, Commanders, and subscribe if you want to see some Battlefront 3 hopefully in the future, and let's keep that movement going. And yeah, see you on the Battlefront and football field, Commanders. Watch those wrist rockets.